Welcome to Thorns and Roses, where we talk about dating and relationships.
The good, the bad, the ugly, from her soft and delicate perspective.
And his harsh and unfiltered
Truth.
I'm Fran.
I'm Vaughn.
And let's just jump into today's topic. We're going to be talking about dating preferences and the double standard that men have placed upon women when it comes to their standards.
Bruh. We placed. Okay, let's dive into this.
It's so frustrating because men can have all of these preferences when it comes to women.
Yet we only have 3, realistically speaking.
That's a lie, and we're going to jump into that.
Let's go.
You have a type and you want to stick to it, by all means. However, if a woman has standards,
okay,
she is given hell and grief for having standards.
Example.
Y'all say, oh, you being unrealistic, you better settle. No, why does that woman have to settle?
Because she is up in her years.
You're too old!
It doesn't matter.
Meaning 40 plus.
It doesn't matter.
That means, one, these women, you don't even gotta tell them shit. They already know the game. 40 plus, come on, man. If you ever dated them, they will compromise. They will work with you, but they just don't. Their life expectancy isn't as long as the younger ones. But
then why don't y'all want to be with them? Then that is not in your preference most of the time.
No, it's not, because they've already hit the wall. Men have 3 requirements.
Okay, I'm listening.
We value youth, beauty, and a kind heart. That's literally it. Unlike women who desire you to be making 6 figures, you have to dress a certain way, you have to be a certain height, you have to drive a certain car. Men, we just care that you drive. You got a bunch of kids, that may scratch you off the list, but we'll still tolerate that to a degree.
You're not gonna wife them.
No, that's a no-go.
Women's preferences will shift and change and evolve as she ages and matures.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said it, because I was definitely gonna touch it. Yes.
But
she wants to run the streets when she's young, and when she gets older, she wants. Yes, it does. I'm gonna get there. She wants to run the streets when she's young. When she get to the mid to late 30s, now she's like, oh shit, I gotta do something. I gotta get me a good one now. Time is running out. The clock is ticking. If I want kids, I gotta have them now. If I want to settle down, I gotta do it now. But the problem is that you gave away all your good years. And now you trying to get somebody to settle for menopause. It's fast approaching, and you want us to sign up. You done already had the kids. You want us to help you send them to college.
It's funny that you say that, though, because you're gonna have your own version of menopause where Mr. Winky's not gonna work anymore.
That's fine. You're gonna have your own, where the river will run dry.
That's not every woman's case.
They got pills for me.
They have things for women as well.
Man, but at the
you heard the G-shot?
You heard a hot flash?
Women are usually at their sexual peak as they get older.
Miss Maybelline, what you doing?
Okay, let's go with that. That doesn't even matter, because your looks decline as you get older. We can both agree to that, male and female.
Okay.
You know, we're not going to be as attractive as we were in our 20s. This is where men have the upper hand here. As a man gets older, his looks may decline, and shit, his sex drive may decline too.
I'm sorry, I'll cheat on you.
You know what I'm saying? But his finances are likely to increase.
That's fine, but what does that have to do with preferences?
Because he's going to be able to get that young girl that is more likely his preference.
But that's my point that I'm making. You guys have so many preferences. You talked about only 3. You spoke on youth, you said beauty, and you said kind-hearted.
Right.
However, you didn't touch on the fact that she must be curvy.
That's under beauty.
No.
But
because a woman can be beautiful and not have the curve. She can be thin.
She can be slim thick.
A lot of models don't have any curves, but they're deemed to be beautiful. They're deemed to be some of the most beautiful women.
You're right.
And so my thing is, no. So that does not apply.
They're not exempt.
Body type is its own thing. That is a preference in itself.
I'll give you that. But the thing is, you're never going to get 100% of what you want. Men, we understand this. We've been living it. We've been dealing with this from the beginning. So if I can't get 100%, maybe I don't get the curves. But maybe she has a kind heart and she respects me and she treats me like a king. If I can get that, if she's thin, but
You're gonna go out and cheat.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this. No, hold on. So you're going to marry a thin joint?
That's not likely. It's not likely.
I rest my case.
We know we're not gonna get 100% of what we want. And we're okay with that.
We are too, but we're given so much grief for even having standards. We recognize that we may have to maneuver a certain way and accept certain things. We all believe in that 80-20 rule.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine, but y'all give us grief for having standards.
Because, you know why? I'm gonna just go ahead and say it now. Because y'all vocalize and y'all scream this shit with a bullhorn.
For me, we're going to have higher standards.
Basically, if you're under 6 foot, I don't want to talk to you.
Why not?
Because you're too short.
You're recording me?
This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
Like, we as men, we have these standards, and we talk about this amongst ourselves. We don't advertise this to the public. You'll never know that this man don't like a certain characteristic that you have. You'll never know it.
That's not true.
We don't go, chick approach us that we not interested in. We're not gonna be like, nah, man, you big as shit. Fuck you doing over here? Fuck out of here. That's not something that a man is gonna do to.
I've heard a guy say that, like, you really think you should be talking to me right now?
A man told you that?
Not me. I said I've heard a man say that.
I rest my case.
I've heard a man say that.
To who?
A woman that was full figured.
Full figured. That mean this bitch was about 300 pounds.
It doesn't matter.
Kinda. Men are less likely to be disrespectful to a woman that shows interest in them that they have no intentions on being with.
That's not true. I think it depends.
Because we'll still sleep with you.
My issue with that is because you're leading this person to believe.
Oh, damn. Oh, I should have seen that coming.
That you're interested in that person.
Men
be expecting a lot. I'm sure most of you have heard about this red pill community. They want a woman that cooks. They want a woman that cleans. They want a woman that's self-sufficient. They want a woman that is affectionate, submissive. They're looking for all of these things in a woman.
This is not my life. I don't do that.
And a lot of times they don't even have a pot to piss in.
Aren't these characteristics that a woman should have? Chances are.
Why does a woman have to know how to cook?
You're an adult. You should know how to cook. Look, this is not difficult.
Cooking for yourself is one thing because you can tailor something that's edible for you, but it may not work for their partner.
The thing is, when most people talk about hypergamy, about women dating up, about people dating up, I don't want to put this on women because you got some homosexuals out here who do the same thing that women do.
Exactly.
But when it comes to looking for somebody to better your life, that's typically a woman's trait. They're looking for somebody to protect and provide. That's what they do. They're coupon shoppers. They will go for the bigger, better deal. That's what they do. That's what it is.
Whereas a man is looking for another mama. They want a woman to be their mama.
Nothing left to say, like, period.
That's part of their purposes. And then on top of that, they want them to have what Vaughn likes to call the bad bitch starter kit. So not only you have to
No.
Yes.
You can't use that. No, that's not what we're looking for. That's what y'all doing.
That's your preference.
It's really
That's
not
your preference.
Though. You think we want
That's
a bitch?
your preference.
You think we want a bitch who can't bend over and tie her shoe because her stomach snatched in and she took out 2 ribs? No. These are the most handicapped ass bitches.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. Yeah. You must don't know any. Anybody who dated a BBL, fellas, tell that bitch to tie her shoe. See how confused and complicated that simple task will be. I'm telling you. You gotta see this shit. This shit is hilarious, I'm telling you. They like big bitches on the low. They gotta sit down, take a deep breath.
Damn.
All that. Back to the topic. Men, we have 3 things we require from women.
I just named about 10 things. And I wasn't even finished yet.
We'll get back to it. Because half of these things we're not.
Yes.
Half of these things come with being an adult.
And she must exude femininity. Their version of femininity.
Their version.
How you gonna have some man try to tell you what they deem to be feminine?
Because a lot of you motherfuckers been raised in the single parent household, so you've been trying to be the man that you can never get. You need to calm down.
That's your fault.
It's not our fault.
It is.
But this is what I'm saying. Men, we require very little. And I think women are complicated. As long as you respect me, certain things are gonna fall into place.
Regardless if we can agree to disagree about how many preferences you guys actually have, because he's capping right now.
Because y'all have more.
No, we don't.
How many times has a guy been too short, didn't make enough, had too many kids?
No, I can stop you right there with about the kids thing.
He didn't drive.
Like I said before, a woman's preference is going to evolve as she matures.
Yeah,
that is
she
true.
will lower those standards the older she gets.
It's not even about lowering standards. What I will say, probably for most women, regardless of age, probably, is that man is financially stable.
Right, that's definitely number one for women.
Because a woman does not want to take care of a man. And even then, women will take care of men. It happens so often. Why does a woman have to take care of a man? You a man.
One, I don't subscribe to that type of behavior, but
I'm paying the bills, I'm taking care of home, but you want submission from me.
Women be wanting this type of treatment.
You should be submissive to me.
You the woman king? Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no man, ain't no real man like, look, listen, ladies, gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you right here today. If you're a real man, you will not subscribe to this type of treatment, this type of behavior. Ain't no way in the world where a man is gonna submit to a woman.
Then he needs to be a man. Man up. There's no reason.
Helpmate.
There's no reason why. Now, being a helpmate is different than taking care of a man.
I'm gonna just say this. You know, I don't want to go too hard on this, but y'all gotta be realistic. If you got a man that is financially secure, he can protect and provide. He looks good on paper. He may not be 6 feet.
That's fine.
He may not have the chiseled physique.
That's fine.
He may not dress like fresh out of a magazine. Analyze yourself, because a lot of you motherfuckers big as shit, or you done had some modifications, and now you think that you can have these standards that can't be questioned. And the thing is, outwardly, men, we don't do that. We don't question your standards. We take that no and we keep it moving. And this
y'all don't take that.
When that man meets your requirements, when he meets your requirements and he doesn't want you because you're too old, you're too big, you're just too hood, don't get mad. Find you somebody who will accept you for you.
That's fine. A woman will adjust. I've been in my 20s dating someone who did not meet all of my standards.
Why'd you do that?
Stupid.
You were in your 20s.
Because I saw the potential.
Listen,
and that's this is the thing. A lot of women do.
Time out.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that what happens to a lot of women.
Self-inflicted.
We see the potential in a man.
Self-inflicted.
And so we end up in these bad situations, and that's what teaches us to have standards and to adhere to those standards.
Okay, the thing is, I would advise anybody to have standards, but we don't voice our preferences to y'all.
Y'all do. The fact remains, men and women both have dating preferences.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna just close it out by saying this. Y'all definitely give us grief for having preferences. You talk a lot of shit about women for having these preferences and these standards. You a 4. What you doing with all these preferences? No woman should have to settle. No woman should have to settle, regardless if a man deems you to be a 1 or a 10.
You'll die alone.
You should not have to settle.
This girl is delusional.
Cap, you've been alone and you will remain that way for the rest of your days. Now, closing, I will say, ladies, be real with yourself. What have men told you that you weren't enough of? Probably next to nothing, because we accept you as you are. Although that's not the case for us. We have to be in a certain tax bracket to date a certain type of woman. That's just how it's always been, and that's how it will remain for us. You know, those who make a certain amount will have their choice, and those who don't will have to take what they can get. On the female side of things, beauty reigns supreme. The men who have the most will go after the most beautiful women, and the women who aren't the most beautiful can't have their pick. It just doesn't work that way. This is how it's always been. You can't be built like Barney and think you're gonna get some Zeus of a man. No, doesn't work that way. Are you insane? Like, this is crazy. But, you know, I could be wrong.
You are wrong. Just don't settle, ladies. Do not settle. You can find the man of your dreams.
Or wait until hell freezes over. Either way, like, comment, subscribe.
And until next time.